Hey guys, Anthony here with Advanced Vector. Today bringing you something just a little bit different. What I've got here is my SureFire G2 Nitrolon flashlight. And I had this while I served, and it was my my go-to. And then kind of toward the end of my 4 years there, it just stopped working. So I've got good batteries in it. And I know that it is working right because if you short it out manually, we can see that the bulb comes on. So there's no issues there or with the bulb. And what happens is, I think there's something going on back here in the mechanics of this cap. So I just wanted to go through just a little tutorial on maybe how to fix this. If someone else out there has this same problem, this was a pretty popular flashlight at one point, and I don't know what is going on, but even if I screw it all the way down where it's supposed to be on continuously, let alone the button push, it just never turns on. So either something is broken in there that hopefully we can fix, or maybe it's just dirty. I'm not really sure. So the first thing that we want to do, and let me just bring this down a little closer, and what we can see inside there, if it focuses for me there, is we have a spring and a couple other little metal components. So the first thing we'll do is you can just pull that spring right out. Now, the next thing that you'll do is you'll see there's kind of a tiny little nub in there, a rivet or something like that. And if you grab onto this, now I have pulled this out just prior to recording this. I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to throw it up for you guys. But you give it a little bit of a tug, and you can see in here, we'll come out just a little bit wider so it's easier for the autofocus. You can see that it has a little type of a screw thing in there that does just pop right out. And then we have this kind of retention thing here. So I'm going to put that back in there so I don't lose it. We'll set that off to the side. Now, farther down inside there, if you can see it all, you can see we have a little slotted thing, and that should just twist right out. So I like to get my needle nose pliers here, kind of put them on both ends of the slot, and if you just start twisting, it'll start unscrewing. It might be a little bit difficult at first, but it will twist right out, and it does definitely get easier. Even toward the end, you can get in there and kind of just finish it off with your finger. All right, so there it is. I've got it out. And then the final piece in here is this little nub. You could also remove the kind of waterproofing rubber cap for that nub as well. I'm just going to drop that back in there for now, though. So I did pull this apart again, like I said, right before I did this, but before I did anything else, I put it back together, and I wanted to just show you guys what I'm doing here. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see. I'll try to bring that in a little closer, but this right here, I'm guessing that these little metal contacts on this nub need to do something. And right now you can see that it is extremely dirty. So we're going to go ahead and clean this. Same thing here. This is actually plastic, so I don't think it has to do anything with conducting the electricity into the flashlight, but needless to say, we're going to clean this up here as well. And then on the back side of this, as well as we can see on the back side of this here, and then as well we can see kind of around the ring, it's got just some gunk. Just from over the years. There's probably tiny bits of sand, maybe a little bits of the flashlight that have kind of worn off and all that other stuff. So we're going to go ahead and clean all these things up really quick, put it back together, and hopefully that is all we need to do to get it working again. So to clean this, all I've got here is just a little bit of alcohol, and then of course I have some Q-tips, some cotton swabs. So I've been kind of working at this for just a few minutes, and it's pretty tough, and I can't tell if it actually is corrosion or if it's just stuck on there really solid. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually let it soak in that alcohol for a few minutes, and we're going to move on to this other piece here. All right, so I've been working on this thing for a while now, and it's definitely looking a little better. You can still see some spots of corrosion and whatnot on there, but now that I've been chipping away at it, you can see on my desk here I've got a little pile of just gunk that has been scraped off of this. So I'm going to put it back together now, and we'll see if it's all working. All right, so I just bumped up against that. We're going to leave that like that. So this, again, just make sure that's in there, and then you can see the hole that little, it's not even really a bolt. It's kind of like a rivet type of a thing. Goes in, and then I'm just going to use my zebra pen here to push that back into the plastic. Now, it will be looser than it was before, but it should still function. But make sure you seat that in there nice and tight, and you can see that while it does rattle a little more than it did, it won't come out. You could try putting a little more pressure on it if you feel like it's still a little bit too loose. All right, but there's that. So kind of the last piece here is we just need to get our spring in there. All right, had to mess around with it for a few minutes, but that spring is in there now. At least it won't free fall out. So we've got our light, and this is the moment of truth, guys, to see if any of what I did actually helped at all. And voila, there it is on continuous mode, and let's see. And my button presses back. Wow, that is fantastic. So it has literally been probably 6 years that I've just been dragging this flashlight around with me, and all it took was a 20-minute fix to get a perfectly good, fantastic flashlight back. This one I think has an incandescent bulb, but I believe that you can now get LED bulbs for these as well that are a little bit better, a little bit brighter. So anyways, guys, if this helped you, definitely give me that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when my next great video comes out. In the meantime, keep shopping and stay happy.